Have you heard of people who graduated from college debt-free because they got thousands and thousands of dollars in scholarship money? Have you ever met one? I'm Steve from MoneySmartFamily.com, and we want to help you save money on everything, including the high cost of college education. Money Smart Family. In this video, we're going to introduce you to Jocelyn. She earned $126,000 in scholarship money and graduated from a very prestigious international school of business debt-free. And now she helps other people do the same thing. Oh, and by the way, make sure you watch till the end of the video because Jocelyn's going to share an email from a family where their son got $90,000 in scholarships just by taking Jocelyn's advice. Watch and listen to Jocelyn as she outlines her 6 steps to getting great scholarships. It may well be the best investment you ever make in your child's education.
The scholarship system is it's 6 steps to securing scholarships. We start off module 1 with mindset, and it's more so around goal setting, because what we find is a lot of students, they want to get scholarships, but either they think they have to be this Einstein genius or this superstar athlete, or they're not able to manage their time and set the goals. So we kind of lay some groundwork.
Okay.
Module 2 is funding 101. So we make sure they understand the importance of FAFSA. What's the difference between the types of loans? So this is just one quick module because I can't ethically send them out looking for scholarships without making sure they understand the difference between a loan and grants. So we do touch on the importance of FAFSA. I tell all of them, you need to be doing this. Step 3 is where we really start focusing on scholarships. So step 3 is all about where to find them. How to identify scams so that they don't get sucked into scams like those sweepstake ones. They're waste of time. We explain all that. I show them examples, and I teach them how to use Google in a wise method so that you can find scholarships that aren't in the search engines.
Nice.
If they're in fastweb.com, everyone's finding them. We want to find community foundations, for example, that are lesser known, and they are not linking up to these search engines. So we go over that. So step 3 is really like lots of gold in there.
Nice.
With that, we also created our own free app and Chrome extension so that as they're finding them, they just click a button and it saves it into an app for them so that 2 weeks before the deadline, they get an alert on their phone. Because that was another challenge that we found, was that kids were creating these awesome lists and then they'd forget about them. And then all the deadlines would pass. So we created an app.
Clever.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Organization is the key.
You're doing great. This is perfect. Keep going. We have 3
Okay, so that's stage 3. Step 4 is how to get competitive for it. So you guys talked about giving your kids these skill sets so that they can compete for scholarships.
Yes.
We cover that as well, but we kind of twist it a little differently. We don't say get involved in everything under the sun. Instead, what we focus on is we say, what have you done and how can we show it in a way that makes you competitive? So we teach them buzzwords and kind of how do we give them a worksheet where they can think of big experiences in their life that we can just reuse. Because when I was writing my scholarship essays, I used the same 3 experiences over and over.
Yes. You know what else, Jocelyn? I read the book, Confessions of a Scholarship Winner, or how she got like $100,000. And she talked about community service and clubs, but she said she picked the clubs that had a once a month meeting so that she could, she could put it as a club, but it wasn't a weekly commitment. And so she fit it in. I'm like, I
know her. She's great. She's great. So then stage 5 is all about the application. So that's where we dive into, because the thing is, if you're finding all these great scholarships and you're submitting, I hate to say it, but a crap application, you're going to get the same result over and over. And that's when people come to me and they're like, well, my kid's been submitting 30 applications and they haven't heard back from any of them. And I'm like, well, are they submitting the same one over and over? Probably. So of course they're not going to hear back. Just submitting it more times is not going to get you a different result.
Right.
So step 5 is all about how can you submit a high quality application? And we have interviews with scholarship committees on things that get them disqualified.
Wow.
We give a 3-step writing method that teaches them how to write a creative, well-structured essay. And I was awful at writing. And this method saved my butt. And I get kids that are like, I hated writing, but I love that method. So
3-step writing. Wow, that's awesome.
We talk about other materials that you can create. We give them resume templates. We give them thank you letter templates. We give them how to write a cover letter. So we teach them how to make the other materials as well. We even go into video essays because that's kind of a new thing. And then the last one is all about tying it all together to make it into a system, because what you'll find is, it takes a lot of time, but as I was figuring things out, my amount of time that was required just decreased exponentially because I was able to reuse stuff.
Nice.
And just submit. So that's the sixth step is all about bringing the money in year after year. How can we make this into a true system so that our work is cut in half, but our money keeps coming in?
Do you ever have sales on your course? Do you
Discount.
have like a Black Friday sale?
So what we actually offer is a $1 trial. And that way they can go in and peek around for a few days and see if it's for them. Once they log in and they see, they should have an idea if it's legitimate, which I know once they see it, it is. And then from there, they know that it's worth the investment. And then the final charge process is at the end of the trial, just like anything else. So that's kind of how we make it accessible to make sure that they're comfortable with it. However, for sales, it's technically $697, but if they attend our webinar, we take $200 off. So that brings it down to $497. It's crazy. We had one mom recently email us. Her daughter got $90,000 in scholarship.
Wow.
As a result of your course.
She literally, I actually, believe it or not, this family was the lurkers where they're in your course, but they're not interactive in your Facebook group. So I really didn't know them very well. And she wrote me this long email where at the end, she said, your course was one of the best education investments we've ever made.
Oh
and
my gosh.
I know, I have goosebumps. I wish you could see. Of it though, half of it was private. So a lot of people hear that and they're like, oh, that must've been a big merit scholarship. No, it was less than $15,000 a year merit. The rest was all private. Can you see it?
That is so awesome. Oh,
and we had another kid the other day get a $10,000 scholarship. That's more money than any scholarship I got. Mine were all the smaller ones you guys talked about. He got a $10,000 scholarship and flown out to Houston with one of the essays we helped him create.
Oh my gosh.
So we do sell essay reviews.
You review kids' essays?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. This we got this from Ben Kaplan, and Joe did this several times. Ben said, if you're taking an English class in high school, and you're filling out a scholarship application and writing an essay, go to your English teacher and say, can I turn this in for extra credit? And have them edit it.
Huh. That's cool. I had my professors and teachers, they were my reviewers because I didn't exist back then.
Yes.
But yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
So you'll look at essays and review them, and that's an additional fee per essay that you charge?
It is separate. However, we do have a Facebook group. So if they wanted help, they can post it in there and people will give feedback. Or even if they want to post just the opening or the closing and say, is this engaging? So we do have the Facebook group, and I'm in there. I have other people who have gotten 6 figures in scholarships, parents, scholarship winners. We're all in there. So
wow, that's awesome.
If you have families, though, that can't afford $500, our latest product, the one where we're covering all these different strategies that I mentioned, that one is the Debt-Free Degree Lab. This wasn't around when I first met you, Steve, because this one is not open all year round. We're only opening the doors 4 times a year. That's it. Because we like to have it as a class. We do like a welcome party and all this stuff. But right now it's $39 a month. That's it. So it's very low fee. And I mean, one of these strategies, just CLEP alone, can save them tens of thousands of dollars.
That's cool.
So every month they get a new strategy on something that can cut the costs.
Hey, wasn't that an amazing interview? With the cost of college ever increasing and the average student coming out with about $40,000 worth of debt, things have got to change. Most students are spending about 10 to 15 years paying off those college debts. So why not try something different? Why not help your students spend 1 to 2 years mining for scholarship gold? For our kids, they spend about 100 hours a time mining for scholarships. scholarships, and that led them to graduate debt-free with a positive net worth. Be sure to check out our blog on MoneySmartFamily.com about how to find scholarships, and sign up for Jocelyn's free webinar about the scholarship system that she developed. Use the link below in the show notes to get to our blog and to Jocelyn's webinar. And be sure to leave a comment if you liked this video, and tell us which of Jocelyn's tips hit home with you and you think your kids could do. Hey, if you found this video helpful, we'd love it if you subscribe to our channel, and be sure to turn on notifications by hitting the bell so that you know the next time we upload a video. And by the way, check out these money-saving videos next, right over there.